The Trump administration has deployed 700 active duty Marines to Los Angeles to help quell the protests there. Some critics argue that the Marines have not been properly trained to deal with civilians, including possibly children, in what could be a tense law enforcement operation. Now, we know one of the missions the Marines will have while they're on the ground, that is to support and help protect ICE personnel. But a military official tells us the Marines will not be able to actually conduct arrests, but they could transport and protect ICE agents. The Marines have been issued small cards that essentially lay out their rules of force, what might be known more commonly as their rules of engagement. These are the left and right limits of what they're allowed to do during this deployment. But officials have also told us that they're concerned about these rules of engagement or rules of force and whether the Marines will be put in a difficult position while trying to carry them out, including how the Marines will help or possibly complicate communication there on the ground. For example, the police chief in LA said he wasn't even notified that the Marines were being deployed there. But Marines deploying for civilian law enforcement is not very common. In fact, one of the cases during the 1992 riots serves as a cautionary tale for what could possibly go wrong. According to James Delk, who oversaw the California National Guard operations during the 92 riots, Marines caused a disturbance when they were accompanying local law enforcement to a domestic disturbance. Now, the LAPD told them to cover them as they were going into a residence. The Marines took that as laying down suppressive fire, when in fact, the local law enforcement were just asking them to provide them cover by potentially pointing their weapons and deter anyone inside from coming out. The Marines opened fire on the house, proving that in fact the Marines and the local law enforcement don't just have different training. In some cases, they have a completely different understanding of the terms that are being used in an operation.